Yo, what's up guys? If you want a shout out or if you just want to support your boy, follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Prince Ohakam. Make sure you hit that like on this video. Lastly, subscribe and turn your post notifications on. We are going to be checking out The Odd One Out, the movie that was too scary for baby James. And sorry guys, I am feeling sick during this recording. I am not feeling my absolute best. So I may sneeze or I may like sniffle during the video, and I do want to apologize ahead of time. So I see this is actually a very long video for an Odd One Out, so we're actually going to like break this up into either 2 or 3 parts. I don't know how many parts, depending on how long I see each recording will be. So maybe we'll break it up to 2 parts, maybe 3 parts. But yeah, we're gonna get through this movie that was too scary for baby James. If you guys know me, you know I am not a big fan of scary movies. Like, I don't see the point of liking to get scared. Like, why do you find joy in getting scared? That is beyond me. I personally don't like it when my heartbeat starts pumping and whatnot. Like, people actually find excitement and joy in it. It's so, it baffles me, dude. Like, why do you like getting scared? But hey, everybody has their thing, I guess. Don't forget to hit me with a like on this video. Subscribe and turn your post notifications on so you never miss a post. Go ahead and comment the movie that was too scary for you. I remember, like, this is not even a scary movie. I remember I tried watching Leprechaun. It's not even that scary a movie, but I watched it when I was really young. And there's this one scene where, like, he like gets gold out of, like, this one dude's stomach. Like, his stomach, like, bursts full of gold. And that just creeped me out. But enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and check out The Odd One Out, the movie that was too scary for baby James. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
James, you said you were going to make a Teacher's Part 2. I didn't subscribe to fake news. I know. Don't worry, I'll do that next video.
Sean said drum alert.
But right now we're doing this. So my friend Your Movie Sucks, great channel, over 500,000 subs, asked me and a bunch of other YouTubers if we could talk about a movie that scared us as a kid. Now, growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies. I remember one time my parents were watching a movie downstairs, and I went down to see what all the noises were about, and my mom said, "Oh no, honey, you can't watch this, it's too scary." And then years later, I learned that the movie they were watching was Jurassic Park. I think I could have handled it, Mom. I don't know
Jurassic Park?
the length of this video, but it's going to be pretty different than the videos that I usually post. But I think it's good to try out new things, and hopefully we'll all have a fun time listening to me talk about this movie, because folks, I'm excited to share with you the movie that traumatized me most as a kid, and that movie is, drumroll please,
it better be something scary.
The title, The Dark Crystal. Okay, so The Dark Crystal came out in 1982.
Don't know this
13
movie.
years before I was even born. This movie was made for a whole different generation of people, but somehow I still saw it. I don't remember how I saw it. My family didn't own it on VHS, and I forget how old I was exactly, but let's say for the sake of this video, I saw this movie when I was 17.
So is this like what's that movie called? The Maze or The Labyrinth? The Labyrinth. That was a movie that was supposed to be meant for kids, but kind of creeped me out because I remember watching that and it gave me the chills. Like, I don't know what it was about. Like, clearly I know she wanted to go save her brother, but like, why was there goblins? Like, why was it so creepy? This is a movie meant for kids. I cannot be the only one that was creeped out by The Labyrinth. Like, please let me know in that comment section down below if The Labyrinth was like weird to you. And not like scary creeped out like, oh, I'm gonna get nightmares. It was just like, it gave you chills. Like, it just made you uncomfortable. Am I the only person that went through that?
Because that's legally still a child. This movie was directed by Frank Oz
How old is this kid?
Jim Henson. Jim Henson is the creator of, I don't know if you've heard of this, but The Muppets. You might have seen them before. There's no denying that Jim Henson was a very talented man when it came to puppets, and the work he did on The Dark Crystal is amazing. As much as I knock this movie down, it's honestly a work of art. The most enjoyment I got rewatching it was just the artistic appreciation of the character design, the scenery, the costumes, and most importantly, the puppetry. Some of the puppetry was amazing. Like this shot. How'd they do that without CGI? And did I mention there's no people in this film? Except for full body shots, then they just used a real person dressed up and had them not face the camera. But as I rewatched The Dark Crystal, I realized that the movie was kinda garbage. So instead of talking about the parts of the movie that scared me as a child, I'm gonna be talking about why this movie was pretty bad. So now this video just turned into one of those bad movie review videos, but honestly, I like watching other people talk about bad movies, like The Room and Birdemic and what was that other one? I can't quite put my paw on it. For this video, I ended up doing some research, something I don't normally do for videos, and oh man, is this rabbit hole deep.
So I do agree with him. Whenever you go back and watch like one of your old movies that you really loved as a kid, you really find out it's not that good, or not even movies loved as a kid, just movies in the past in general. Like, you see how much the film industry has evolved, like with special effects and like writing and plot and whatnot. Like, they really have to get intricate because we've heard it all before. Like, we have a much higher shock value. We can handle, I think we can handle much more things in movies now. We've seen it all, so yeah, give us the good stuff. Hollywood, give us the good stuff. Not the coke, y'all can keep that. LA, Oh my god.
Jim Henson had a bunch of ideas for the world of the Dark Crystal, but
Ew.
wasn't able to fit all of his ideas into 90 minutes of film. And because he didn't explain the rules of the world well enough, the movie suffered. It felt unfinished and unstarted. Basically, the movie didn't leave you wanting more, it just left you thinking, wait, what? Some of you might be thinking, well, James, it's just a kid's movie. Kids are dumb. Why are you analyzing a kid? Shut up. Shut up. Brian Froud, one of the head artists of the movie, even said that when we finished the film, we knew that we had only seen a fragment of this other world. Bad fragment, I guess. So even the creators of this movie felt that they left out a lot of stuff.
They didn't feel like they finished.
In 2012, a 3-part comic book was published to be as a prequel to the movie, and I bought and read all 3 of them. And I will say that they did do a better job explaining the world that Jim Henson had in mind, but you shouldn't have to read a book before you see a movie. Especially since the books weren't available until after the movie came out. In the movie, stuff happens for no reason. Like in one scene, the main character, this is Jen, the main character, by the way. Get used to looking at this guy's face. I've done so much digging and research into this world that I'm completely desensitized by how weird this puppet looks. If you think this puppet looks creepy, you should have seen some of his earlier designs.
Oh gosh!
This is what you ended up with. So in this scene,
this is a
kid's
kid's movie?
Which of the crystal shards is the right one that he needs for his quest? And what does he do to find the right one? That's right, he plays his flute, and then the right shard he needed just glows. Wouldn't you do that too if you were in the same situation? This movie doesn't explain why the crystal likes his music. It doesn't come up later. It just happens. That's basically this whole movie. Things happening slowly.
Those are the worst movies. I remember, what was that movie called with Idris Elba? The Dark Tower, I believe. Like, when I watched that movie, I know there's books, and it's like basically a trilogy, and they're just movies based on books. I've never read the books, but when I watched that movie, I was just like, what? Like, it felt so rushed. I felt like it should have ended there. I'm over here being a movie critic. Y'all probably don't even want to listen to me, but hey, if you watched The Dark Tower and you liked it, I don't understand how, because it just left me feeling like, what was that?
So here we go, children. Hold my hand as I take you on a magical journey, but not too magical that it doesn't make sense. That is the Dark Crystal.
Let's get it!
The plot. It starts with a narrator telling us that there's this world and that it's dying. By the way, this world is named Thra. They don't mention it once in the movie, but in the prequels and in the Wikipedia article, they all called it Thra. Okay, Thra is dying because this one crystal, this one, cracked. How? I don't know. I mean, I do know because I read the prequels, but this movie doesn't tell us. Are you still with me? Good, we're not even a minute in. Because this crystal cracked, 2 new species were born. The cruel Skeksis, the bad guys, and the gentle mystics, the good guys. And both species are dying. Now, I'm no biologist, but I think they're probably dying because there's no woman. That would wipe out a species pretty quickly, I think. Instead of having women, the Skeksis use the crystal to make them young again. Maybe. It's either the crystal or the sun.
So too they learn to draw new life from the sun.
Okay, so then what do you need the crystal for? Now we see the good creatures, the mystics, and with the mystics lives another creature called a gelfling. It's like an elfling.
I'm so confused already.
You may remember him from earlier. He's naked now, but meet your protagonist, Jen. This movie makes up so many words, just try and keep up.
And a journey must begin. The journey...
Okay, that's a little pretentious movie. All right, let's tone it down a little. Then we see that the Emperor Skeksis is dying, oh no, and then we get the second scariest scene in the whole movie. Yeah, we're not even 15 minutes in and we're at the part that gave me nightmares. Then the mystic that's basically Jen's dad is also dying, and he tells Jen that he needs to find the cracked piece of the crystal, the shard.
Bro, is everybody in this movie dying? Is this not supposed to be a kid movie? Can somebody live? Can somebody survive? So they have this crystal die to give birth to 2 species that are dying, and then the leader of those species are also dying. Everybody is dying in this movie. I should have just called it Die Hard 5, or is it 4? I don't know how many Die Hard movies there are. I've never seen any of them.
And then he just needs to plop that sucker back in the crystal where it belongs. And then boom, boom, the world is saved. Again, they don't explain why doing this would save the world. Like, they could have at least tried to make something up, like once the crystal is fixed, women will appear. Jen's dad tells him to
follow the greater sun for a day.
Ew! What's that goo?
Now, I'm no astronomer, but I think following the sun for a day would just make you go in a circle. What am I supposed to do when it's noon? Now the Skeksis, they're like, oh well dang it guys, who's going to be our new emperor? This Skeksis named Chamberlain.
It's time to make
Yo, Chamberlain. Yo,
My
Cham.
second favorite character in this whole movie thinks that he should be emperor. I mean, who wouldn't want to be emperor of like 8 other bird monsters? The way that you can remember that this Skeksis is Chamberlain is that every time he's on camera, he says this.
Mmm. 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 Hey, hey, hey. Mmm.
Man, you can't be emperor, says the Skeksis. Oh yeah? Fight me for it, replied Chamberlain. Since these two are puppets and don't have lower bodies, they can't actually fight each other, which is super disappointing. So instead, the two have a competition to see who can hit a rock the hardest, because that's how you tell who's fit to lead. You can't have someone be your emperor when they can't even hit a rock that hard.
Hit the rock
Anyway,
the
Chamberlain
hardest.
loses, and all the other Skeksis banish him and rip up his clothes.
Over losing?
Okay, now hold on. Do you see what's funny about this screenshot? This Skeksis is wearing glasses, meaning in
glasses.
this universe optometrists exist, and this Skeksis had to go through an eye exam to get his prescription. Do you like number 1 or number 2? Does anyone else think that's funny? No?
Alright, so we're gonna cut the video there. That's gonna be the first part of the movie that was too scary for baby James. So far, the movie The Dark Crystal, I'm not really understanding it, what they were aiming for to do in that movie. Look, so far it does look scary. Like, they ripped this dude apart just because he couldn't hit a rock hard enough. What else are they doing in that world? Poor guy, poor Chamberlain. He just wanted to lead his people, and now they banish him because he couldn't hit a rock. But that was it for that video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. This has me thinking about watching some old kid movies that I used to love, like The Goonies. And The Goonies, I didn't watch The Goonies. Everybody keeps telling me watch Goonies, watch Goonies, watch Goonies. Well, why don't you watch me put my D in your girl? But don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and comment on this video for a reply from your truly Prince Charming. My name is Prince Ohakam. Stay charming, my friends.